Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a sketchbook tour. First things first, this sketchbook is not like completely from now and I'm gonna explain that. What happened is that this sketchbook started being for one of my classes in animation. So I had a list of stuff that I had to do in the sketchbook to deliver for one of my classes. And after I finished that, I just kind of stopped using the sketchbook. I've been doing a lot of digital stuff. And actually what drove me back to the sketchbook was that I lost my computer. I went back to the sketchbook. It was the only thing that I could do to keep drawing. I'm going to explain to you a little bit of the actual sketchbook. So this is Avetero. I don't know if they sell this brand in other countries, but I love this brand. I mainly try to use this brand because I love this paper so much. It's good for sketching, not so much for water stuff. They do have like an art line and I have tried that one. Something else that I have to say is that I have seen a lot of people with these beautiful sketchbooks in these paintings and maybe wash and or whatever is what they use, and you probably won't see that here. Like I said, this sketchbook started as a sketchbook, and most of the things that I have here, or pretty much everything that I have here, it's pure sketches. With that out of the way, I do have to say that surprisingly I put these two stickers on my sketchbook. I never tend to do that because I don't know, I'm not very fan of putting stickers. But yeah, this is from one of my favorite authors. I love this series. The Mystique's definitely not my favorite book, but yeah, I had this sticker from when I ordered her books. So yeah. And this is actually one of my characters for that class that I was talking about. This was actually an iteration that was not picked, but I really like it. So yeah, this is that. The sticker paper is not really good and it's actually fading, but we'll see what happens. But it works so far. So the first thing that I have is poses. So I really like these ones. I remember I spent a lot of time in these ones. If you can see, they even actually have like the whole construction. Though I feel like this is missing some hips, but anyhow. Here I have more poses. Something that I really like about this one is that the line of action is very accentuated. But yeah, here I have more. For these ones, actually I will look for poses on Pinterest. I definitely want to start to drawing more from life. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's not super old, but I do think that you can see the difference from what I've just done now. Since I wasn't very excited, I wasn't really working on this sketchbook. It wasn't like a priority to make it look pretty or good. So I have pages like this. So I have some annotations from class. I have some thumbnails for projects, some kind of silhouettes for characters. Here you probably cannot see because it does go through a little bit. So yeah, I have more thumbnails that I was just, thinking about. Here I have 3 poses. These were for women. Here I was trying some paints. I didn't know what I could or couldn't use here. And actually this worked well. This, I think it was some kind of watercolor that it didn't go very well there. Here I have some expressions that I thought they were looking like really good when I did them. And now I'm like, oh my God, they're not that good. Also, here I'm missing the eyelid. Oh my God, well, never mind. I feel like it's something very nice of sketchbooks. You can see your progress on them. So that's pretty cool. More silhouettes for characters. I did end up using these ones, but they were improved and they have better poses and better line of action. So yeah. As you can see at the beginning, I didn't really care. And since I had these shadows here from I think it was a marker. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to touch that. And I'm just trying to keep moving on. Here, the same thing for those characters I was talking about. Here, this was a character for one of my classes, but yeah, it didn't work out. It's pretty, but it didn't work. Here I have a profile that this is not the same time. I know that. I think I left this page blank. And at some point I came back and did this. So this probably have like, I don't know, maybe a couple of months of difference. I really like this. I should go back and maybe do something with this. Then I have some expressions for those characters, the silhouettes. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of blank space that I could have done something, but yeah. More thumbnails, some characters, iterations. Something that you should know, since I'm left-handed, I tend to start like my spreads from right to left. And that's mainly because when I was studying architecture, my drawings, they used to get super dirty because I would have graphite on my fingers from drawing, and then it would smudge everywhere. So one of my teachers gave me the advice of starting from right to left. And that was a game changer for me. So yeah, I kind of adopted that. And sometimes when I start a spread or just a page or whatever, I do find myself that I start from right to left. And yeah, it works very well for me. So I do remember that I started with this character here, and then I was like, yeah, it looks cool, but I want it more like round, so I make the head more round. And at the end I finished with this one, which I really like. It's so cute. Maybe not the most original, but I was out of time and I just needed the character like ASAP, so I was like, yeah, that's perfect. Now looking back, I know that I should have done it. This is not the only thing that I did. I did a lot of other stuff for this character, but yeah, I feel like from this I should have gone very like far away. But yeah, well, that's what happened. Here I have a sketch. I found this cat on Pinterest and I was very interested in drawing animals, but I really didn't know how, and I didn't want them to look realistic. I just drew this based on that cat. Yeah, I kind of understood some things, but at the same time, I was testing because I wanted to start sketching with pen. So yeah, that's that for that. Sometimes this happens. I planned something on my sketchbook because I wasn't thinking about using them for a long time. So I was like, yeah, I have space here. So yeah, there's that. More thumbnails. I don't remember what was this for. These are like probably the only doodles you will see on my sketchbook. I don't really doodle because I feel like I don't know how, which is very weird, but I love drawing this kind of stuff. So you probably see a lot of that. I was testing again with the watercolors. I wanted to know what I could do with the sketchbook. Thumbnails, some quick sketches of digital drawings. I really like this. I feel like my hand was very loose at this point. These are some sketches that we're not going to talk about because they look awful. The first time that I actually used a spread, I really like this one as well, but I feel like I never did anything with this, so yeah. And here I actually started to use pen. I have always heard about the good things about sketching in pen, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. No. But I gave like myself the mission of maybe trying to see what happens. Actually, nowadays, I mainly sketch on pen because I really like it. And some of the things that I really like is that you cannot go back and erase things. And that's so freeing for some reason. And I know I'm not going to spend like 3 hours in just one sketch, because if I been with the pen for 3 hours, it would be a mess. So it's been very freeing that, and well, I might talk about that later. So I was following some kind of schedule, and one day it was like architecture and stuff. And actually, this was the first dog that I drew that I actually liked. So yeah, like I said, more woman, mythical woman, and a cat. Again, the first cat that I ever liked. What I did, some gestural drawings, and here I started to actually, yeah, implement like color. I got this Kimi wash, and yeah, it was kind of a game changer, though I'm kind of annoyed with them because I feel like they're always super dry and it's kind of weird to work with them. So yeah, I feel like these days are for, I was trying to get back into drawing because I had a couple of times that I was kind of burnt out and I just didn't want to do anything. Oh, and here I have day one of Inktober last year. I've been trying to do Inktober for I don't know how many years, and I never been able to do it. So I actually really like this one. It was inspired by Akatar. I don't know if you read it. If you like fantasy romance, you might like it. I completely recommend it. Then here I have some gesso drawings. I wanted to make something from Spy Family, and I just had some sketches for Yor, which I haven't done yet. So yeah, here I have day two, and the thing is that I wanted to make every single day something from my favorite books. So from day one, I had like Akatar. From day two, I had the X-Hex, and sadly that was the end. I don't know why I've never been able to actually do Inktober, and at this point I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it. Here I have some hands. This is again from that list of stuff that I had to do. I don't remember how many hands I had to do. This reminds me that I should probably sketch more hands, because the other day I tried to make a hand and yeah, that was bad. So I should do this again. So as you can say, I was doing, like I said, I start from here. So I was doing these kind of big hands. And then I realized, well, characters might be like this. So the face might be like this. So the hand is going to be like this. So I felt like I needed to like simplify the hand, but made it believable in understanding what's going on with the hand. So while I was doing this, I found these hands from Tarzan, and I love his hands. They're just so expressive. And so I just started to make them, and I just love them, and actually make them like this small. Helped a lot to understand what I didn't have to put in the drawing. So yeah, I really like this part of the whole assignment. Here I have, this is not mine. I was looking into the art of Grete Lusky, and I love how she makes her expressions. So this is one of her characters, and she has like an expression sheet. So I just drew it to understand how she did it, and that was great. I really like her characters. Again, you can see the time I was before doing this with, I think it's like 0.2. Yeah, I think point. And I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I loved the fine line. And now I'm just sketching with pen. So I have feet. I had to make the feet. I did enjoy it. It was fun. I definitely should do this again. Like how I do things now, because this is very, well, not super realistic, but I feel like I should be able to do things more how I do them now. So I also needed eyes. Well, no, not eyes, expressions. I feel like definitely you can push some of them way more. But I did like how this ended up. So yeah, since I needed more eyes, again, these eyes, I wanted to make them in the style that would fit my characters. Definitely will make them different now. And since I needed more eyes, more eyes. Why am I talking about eyes? I need more like expressions. It was like eyes and eyebrows, because if you don't have eyebrows, you don't have anything. If you can see, these are more realistic. So yeah, I was intending to finish this page, and at the end I just didn't, and I forgot about that. This is mouths, and it was just so weird. I really didn't know what to do. Here I have noses, and for some reason I really like this. It's like I want to frame this. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, again, they're super realistic, and that's not how I make my characters. I am trying to move them a little bit more into rendering better stuff, but yeah, definitely not like super realistic. Here I have ears, because I had to make ears. This was the most boring thing out of all of them. So yeah. One of the things that I think it was very good, it was that we had to make like turnarounds, but not from characters, but from like an arm and a leg and a torso and a head. So this was very good. Of course, I had to take the pictures first and then make this happen. But I felt like it was very illustrative. Even now, I'm like, this hand is huge. It shouldn't be this big, but anyhow. I also have the leg. So then I don't even know if you can see this. It's just so faint that I don't know if you can see that. Kind of. So I'm just gonna go quickly through these ones. These are just all drawings, but I had to make them in like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and 60 seconds. And for some reason, I wasn't doing very good. This is very stressful, and I'll talk about this later. But I definitely need to do that more. So these are pages and pages of that, which, yeah. So here we start January of this year. January this year happened what I told you to happen. I lost my computer, and I just felt like if I just leave it alone, I was going to lose everything. So I felt like I needed to start drawing again. So I remember that this day I went through Pinterest. You probably will, maybe not this one, but you probably will be able to find neither these ones, but you will be able to find this on Pinterest very easily. And actually it was very good for starting over. So I really love this pose. It's great. I love the line of action. And yeah, like I said, I started to sketching with pen, and I didn't know I was going to like it so much. Again, I found this. It is an illustration. I found it, and I love the line of action, so I just had to make it. This I don't like at all. I wish I would put paint on top, but I didn't. Again, like I told you, since I love Tarzan's hands, I was like, I need something really good to draw. So I just drew like 3 of his hands. And I started to put more paint here around. Here I was trying to make some stuff. I felt like it wasn't the best day of drawing. And since I don't know how many days before this, I have been drawing probably not much. Yeah, things didn't work like at all. So at some point I got my wash paint and I was like, I'm gonna paint everything on top. And I started to do this and I really like it. I felt like it was the first time that I've been able to paint something that it kind of resembles to a tree. So yeah, I should definitely work more on my like nature elements. But I really like this one. Here again, I don't know what I was doing here, because I know that this was the last thing that I did. I feel like maybe what happened here was that I didn't warm up. So I was kind of lazy. I didn't know what I was doing here. It's a mess. But I feel like it was an important mess to go through for me to be able to just draw more freely. Again, I'm not really sure what was happening here. Oh my god, this is awful. This is like super bad. And here I feel like it is where everything changed. So I remember I drew this from inspiration from Pocahontas. Then I looked up this image. You probably will be able to find it. I feel like no matter what I did, this didn't work. The perspective, mostly on the nose, is not right. And I got so, not angry, but I was like, why is this not working? That I kind of did it again. However, I felt like it was going to work, and it did. And I just love this so much that I put the paint, and I just love this one. I don't know why, but I really do. Like I said, I felt like this was the beginning of me like having more confidence on, okay, yeah. Because something that I haven't mentioned is this was very frightening for me to go back to paper and pen or pencil, because I was so used to drawing on my tablet and being able to control C how many times I ever wanted, or just transform stuff and move around stuff and flip the canvas, that going back to my sketchbook was so scary. So here was the first time that I felt like, okay, this can work. So yeah. Then I guess, this happened. I'm not happy about this part. And something you will see is that I hate doing like up shots, because I really don't understand how to make this up. Maybe now I understand. I didn't like this. So I put paint around, and then I was like, oh, this paint is very dark. So I actually just put white on top, which I don't know why I never thought about that. And it kind of started to become something, and that was great. I feel like I could make an illustration out of this. So yeah, that's great. Oh, so here is what I was talking about. So I really don't like to make this. So I was like, okay, I don't like it. I feel like I can do it. So I need to practice more of that. That is what happened here. I did it. Not very happy with it, but I feel like I need to do more. This is an image I found from Sam Does Art. Yeah, well, it helped me to remember this part of the face. But yeah, not very happy with this. And then I drew a cat because I was like not feeling very well that day. And this reminds me of one of my cats. So here I don't know what happened behind this. So I put paint on top, and then I did this. This is bad. Then, hey, I like it even more now. This was from a photo I found on Pinterest. And I don't know, I really like the feeling of the model. So I just put it here. I've never been like too crazy about like dark academia or like gothic stuff. But for some reason, this just got my eye. So I drew that, and I put just some black paint around, and that was it. This was completely empty. I didn't have like this part, and I felt like maybe drawing some crows and stuff. I never draw crows, so I didn't know how that was going to end up. I moved from this page and forgot about that. So at some point I did came back, and you'll understand this in a moment. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't feel like drawing anything else here, so I just put some gold paint and with some white gel pen, and I don't know, I like it. So this is why I said you are going to understand that. So one day I wanted to draw something. I didn't know what I was going to draw. I watched this video by Aaron Blaze of how to draw dogs, and I was like, that's perfect because I do want to start drawing animals. So I took the class. It was a video on his YouTube channel. Like I said, I started here. Probably went through here. I feel like I did this and then I did this because he was explaining stuff. And then I think I came here and did this. Okay, so after that, I was like, no, I need to put this into action because if not, I'm going to forget everything. So I went and drew these dogs, which I really like them. I drew this one, which I'm not very certain that this is working, but I do like it. It looks like a dog. Then I drew this one. I was so scared of drawing this. I feel like there was no way in a million years that this was going to work. At least for me, it looks like it did. So I was just so happy about this. And at the end, I remember I drew this dog and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that because for these dogs, you can see the structure of their faces and this is just fluff and fluff. And somehow it worked. So yeah, ever since I've been kind of obsessed with drawing more animals. And here's the proof. So so Aaron talks about like a formula, and he said that dogs have these two lines, as I'm gonna put it right here. And cats don't. So I was like, okay, from that formula, what else can I get? So I just started to draw stuff, and somehow this is like a rabbit, and I was like, wait. From that, I think I can get more animals. So I started to play with that. I got some cute dogs, some more like structural dogs. But yeah, I'm so happy of this. I know you will see more of this. Here I just have some quick sketches, some just so drawings. Same. Every time I draw a line of action, I think about memories. So yeah. Here I have some hands because I was watching a video from Jackie and she was explaining how to draw hands. And I was like, yeah, I haven't drawn hands in a while, so I might well watch the video. Yeah, some more iterations of that formula. And then I got a bear. I think one of these looked kind of like a bear for me. So I was like, maybe I can. I kind of did that, changed the ears, and I was like, a bear. So yeah. Here I have some portraits. Like I said, probably the most things you will see. I really don't like this. I hate this part. So yeah, I did like this. I feel like I think it was here or before. I don't remember exactly where I started to put this kind of stars and shines, and that just kind of stuck. And so now I'm kind of obsessed with that. I love this rose. I love roses, so I just wanted to implement that more on my sketchbook. Here I was mostly playing with the hair. Some gestal drawings. I really need to lose my hand. I feel like I was able to do this way more flowy, and just this is very stiff. So yeah, I don't really like it. But this is what I have on my sketchbook. So, okay. So I remember this started because I drew this. I went back and I was like, okay, this is not a cat. What is this? And I was like, maybe a werewolf. And that just led on other things. And I was like, maybe a cat. So I was kind of thinking of the Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, I just draw this woman that I feel like I did pretty good stuff with her expression because she's super soft, and I don't know, I wanted to make this difference between these sharp edges and the claws, with her being like more like a soft person. So yeah, that is that. Here I never planned to make the whole thing. I would just start literally with her head and her face, and it just took shape on its own. So I should make something with this. For me here, the kind of story is like she's not very allowed to go into the party. Yeah, of course it needs a lot of work and like the background. But yeah, I feel like it could totally work. Oof. Okay, so perspective is very important. And more when you have like ellipses and stuff. I was watching a video and he said like, yeah, just practice like that at the beginning of your drawing session, and then that will help to organize stuff. And yeah, I think this was one day. This was the next day, and I remember I just got so bored. So yeah, I do want to study this in a better way, and in a way that is not just like boxes, because that just bores the hell out of me. Here, more portraits, more stuff that I didn't really plan. I did like the feeling of this leaving her without like the actual eye. I really like this one. So like I said, they don't really have much of a story, but this one. I started to make this one, and then she kind of looked like a character from one of the series I love, and that is the Illuminate Files. If you haven't read that, again, really nice trilogy. It's in a multimedia format, and it's just great. So if you read the book, you'll see there is a lot of this stuff in the book. So I just put it like around her to make like some kind of frame. So yeah, that's what happened here. Again, I didn't really have an idea for this. I just wanted to draw. What I like about this one, again, this part is the fact that I don't like, but that I could make her really sad. So yeah. Then I wanted to make more animals. Not too many animals here. And this was supposed to be like a deer, but she looks like a fox. So it will be like a fox deer or a deer fox. And I feel like she could very well be in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I just merged two animals in one. I just wanted to paint something like cold. So I just started to make like snowflakes, and I was playing with this idea of the mountains and the snow, and maybe like some very dry trees with snow. And I was like thinking, okay, maybe she lives in the mountains, but she might need like some kind of cave or something, and where she lives. Here I was like, something's going on with these two animals. And then I felt like, okay, this could be more cute and more of a baby deer, maybe whatever you are. And I love what is going on here, even though I'm not really sure what is actually going on. And then I had to human character. I really like this one. I don't really do much frames because not very feeling that. But yeah, I did like this one. Then I have more deers, more experimentation with this. I found this on Pinterest. I love the line of action. I was like, okay, how do you do that? So I just put this up to test. Kind of worked, kind of didn't. This started with a reference, and it quickly became something else. It didn't look like this in the picture, like at all. But I really like it, and it reminded me of the Aristocats. So I was like, yeah, a pretty bow here. No? So yeah, I really like this one. Again, it kind of reminds me of my cat, so I had to put some paint here. This is actually a page I recorded, and I just never did anything with this. More human characters. I think it's my happy zone, so yeah, I do that a lot. More animals. I feel like this kind of work. Okay, this didn't work because that shouldn't be there. But anyhow, I was just playing with some shapes, and I wanted to see if I could do animals. This, I was kind of getting frustrated with, I think it was this one. And I just did that. And at the end, I was like, wait. Does she look like Black Widow? And then I just painted the red on top and I made her suit black. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, this is Black Widow for me. So yeah. Then I think it was because I think it was a short on YouTube from Broco. And he was like, yay, the best way of practicing ellipses is to make this mushroom from Mario Bros. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I tried. I had a lot of fun doing this stuff that don't really change too much for me. I tend to get bored. So this worked, but you see later that it started not working anymore. I really like this. Again, it didn't start with an idea. I actually didn't know what I was going to do, but I did like the drape of this. Did I dislocate her shoulder? Probably. This cannot be very comfortable. So yeah, if I would do this again, I'll probably lift her head a little bit, making this in a better position. But overall, I like it. Okay, so it is inspired from one of my favorite books of last year, and that is In the Shadow of a Hoax. This is fantasy romance, and it's just so good. So this is actually like a comic strip of something that happens in the book. So it kind of goes like this, then should be this, and then should be this. I do want to make this into digital and maybe just some liner, but like fixing some things, and of course the readability of this because it's not working right now. But I really like this, and because I needed a man, and as you can see, I don't really draw them like at all. I was like, I need to draw a man, so that's what happened here. I could totally fill this up, and I didn't. I think I have a crush. Weirdly enough, here I did start it here. I wasn't liking this. I was like, you're not giving me the feeling. I went through a weird stage right here. And I was like, I need a good nose. So what am I going to do? And at some point, I just went like with the flow. And oh my God, that face. I know it's my own drawing, but here, I think I had some annotations here for something. And I was like, yeah, I don't need that. So I put that paint on top, and I have these markers, and I have never been able to use them because they go through everything. I literally just found them, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try if this works on top of the paint. And it did. It did beautifully, and that made me think that maybe I should try this once with gesso. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I did some thumbnails because it was February and I wanted to make the first page of my reading journal, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I literally didn't have an idea. As you can see, these two are the ones that I kind of liked the most, but I didn't really like the rest. And here I just drew a very sexy woman. And I was like, yeah, she needs a little bit of red. And now I feel like maybe I should have done like the background black and her dress red, or give her red hair. I don't know, but I might come back to this at some point. Here I have more mushrooms, and I just got tired of that. I was like, yeah, this is great, but I'm done doing mushrooms. This is kind of weird for me. I tend to draw more of a dresses and more of a fairy tale-esque style. And for me, she's like a fighter. Maybe she needs a little bit more muscle, but I don't know. I feel like she's ready to punch something. So yeah, that was weird for me. I did these quick gesture drawings. Well, yeah, kind of. Because like I said, I felt like she was ready to punch something. So I did this. And here I just was testing some dresses more than anything. This is completely wrong. And I realized when I finished that this was wrong. The arrow should be on that side, but never mind. So here I was testing some stuff. Here is the first time that I feel like I've been able to do this part and not feel like it's the most hideous things I have ever done. And this, it was from Mark. I'm going to put that channel right here. But I was just watching one of his videos and he did this. And I was like, oh my God, I need to do that, because I feel like he just made it so simple. So I kind of did that. Yeah, the muscles here, it's too much. But this is what I loved about that. So yeah, here again, I wanted to make something cutesy. I even gave her a cape and a bow, and yeah, I feel like it worked. And then I did this. I started to feel like she was a character I knew. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I feel like she might be like a superstar, but like an actress, and maybe like in the 50s. And so I wanted to put her in a dress. I don't like, this is like colored pencils, and I don't like whatever it's going on here. And I started to think about what would she wear. So I put like some stuff and some earrings and a glove. I really don't like this. It's just so stiff. But anyhow, I really want to get back to this because I feel like there's something here. Then I have this. I love this spread. I remember I started to listen The Emperor's Soul by Brandon Sanderson, and I was just so shocked in like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes tops, that I was like, I need to make something. Shai, the main character, has more of Asian look. So yeah, I feel like that, of course, not working there, but overall, I really like this page. And then I feel like, hey, I want to draw something more, but I really didn't know what else to draw. And then I remember, hey, last month I read Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson, and I completely loved it. It's an amazing book. I can't believe how good that was. So I just draw Tress and her cups and some spores falling into the sea, and of course the ship. These all made sense if you have read the book. So yeah. More gesso drawings again. Really don't like this. I feel like these kind of work better, but I found these ones on Pinterest. I felt like they work better because they were already simplified, and this was like from pictures. I don't know if you know, there's this website, Line of Action, and you have kind of make like drawing classes there. Yeah, I hate this. So yeah, more gesso drawings of, I so don't like this, and that's how I know I need to make more of this. Oh, and here I don't like this. Some thumbnails, nothing very special, truly. I always have this test page, which is actually the last page of stuff that I can work here. This is washed. I got into a point where I just didn't care anymore if the pages buckled or anything. So I would just put whatever on top. And then I just have a little sketch here. Yeah, I just felt like it wasn't a good day of drawing this one, and I just kind of didn't finish anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the end of the sketchbook. I need a new one like ASAP. And yeah, I can't believe I bought a yellow one. Yellow used to be like one of my least favorite colors of all time. And now I'm like, yeah, a little bit of yellow will brighten things up. So yeah, this was my sketchbook. The other stuff I cannot tell you really, but at least I know that this amount of pages are from January, maybe 15th. And today, I finished yesterday. It's February 20th. So, yeah. The rest, I'm not really sure when I did that. But yeah. So yeah, that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my first sketchbook tour, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye!